Hey guys, here's another computer video. I went into the room over there and I heard a noise coming from this Dell Dimension 8200 here, and I've deemed it to be the power supply fan. It is in need of a good cleaning. So yeah, I'll plug it in there and turn it on here. Here. It's not sound so good. It's making a bit of a grinding sound there. This computer could stand to be cleaned out too. It's looking a little dusty in there. But let me go ahead and get this guy out of here and see what we can do to fix it up. So I went ahead and removed these two screws here. And I'm just going to go ahead and pop this guy. I'm hoping I don't have to take the power supply all the way out, like, disconnect everything. But I may have to, just to get out of there. But hopefully I can just pop the lid off and get to the fan, which is looking like I might be able to. Might just have to disconnect that 4-pin power to the processor there. Looks like. So go ahead and do that and get your screwdriver out and get the case off of this thing. There we go, guys. I just had to remove that 20-pin connector there, and then the 4-pin for the CPU power there. If it'll focus. There we go. But yeah, let's go ahead and take out those 4 screws there. I think those other 2 just hold down a section of the power supply on the inside of the case, so I think I just have to take out those 4. And this screwdriver is not cutting it, so I'm going to go grab a different one. Alright, that's a little bit better. So I'll go ahead and get the rest of these out of here, and I'll come back with the case off. Alright, you didn't see these guys earlier, but you got one screw there, and then another one right there that I got to remove. Alright, got the lid off there. It reveals to be a fairly beefy looking power supply there. So I think I just gotta get that fan out of there and keep you guys posted here to work it out of there. Alright, so it looks like I have to remove this transformer here, so it's just those 2 screws right there and a screw up there. So I'm going to go ahead and take all those out and see if I can get it out. Alright, fan is out. This fan does use a direct board mount though, so I wasn't able to unplug it and get it out of here. But still the same. I'm just going to get the label off there, put a few drops of this oil in there, and then it should be good to go. One thing to note about this fan and a few others is that they have this rubber plug right there. This thing would focus. I guess that's good enough. But they have this rubber plug right here, and so I couldn't get to it with anything else, but I just took this little pin and then just popped it up, and it seemed to pop right off, just like that. So now I'm just going to grab my oil here. I'm just going to put a few drops, not too many, just a little bit. Put a drop in there. 2 there. You can see you got a little bit in there. I don't know what's up with my camera today, but it is not liking close-ups on anything. But so I got some oil in there. I'm just going to rotate the blades a few times, make sure it all gets worked in there, and see you guys in a bit. Alright, now the fan seems to turn much better, so I'm just going to put the oil plug back on there, seat it down in there. So hopefully I won't have to oil this thing again for a long time. The label back down, and originally it did use these rubber plugs to hold the fan in there, but those things were a pain to remove, and I actually destroyed 2 out of the 4 of them just trying to get it out of there. So I'm just going to put some regular fan screws back in, just like these fat ones right here. Thicker screw there. I'm just going to go ahead and put those in, and then that should hold it a lot better. And hopefully it will be a lot easier to take out if I ever have to oil it again. Alright, so I got that one screw back in there. I just need to go grab another one for my workbench to put down on there. I think 2 screws should be fine enough to hold that fan in place. But now I just got to put the transformer back down in there, bolt it back in, and put the case back on, power it up, and see how it runs. Alright, so there's the finished power supply. I found another screw to put in the corner there, so that should hold that fan in with no problem and make it a lot easier to do maintenance on later. So hopefully should be all good to go back in. Alright, so it's all back in the case. Yes, I do have to blow this computer out pretty bad. It's getting kind of dusty in there, but time for the first power in. See what's going to happen. Good sign so far. No noise from the fan yet. I'm just going to go ahead and give it a quick power cycle here. Much quieter. Barely even hear it running now. Actually, the loudest thing is probably that video card right there. It's an ATI XFX. I forget what model it is right now. I think it's a 3500 something. I'll have to look up more of the specs on that guy later. I basically just threw it in there for something to use for right now. But, yep, secondary hard drive just not found. Probably because I don't have one in there. Let's go ahead and continue. And this computer I was using mostly just for Linux testing and stuff like that, but I do have a copy of Windows on there. Go ahead and boot into that. As you can see, even for an old Dimension, works pretty good. So, that was power supply fan repair. Hopefully it keeps running for a while longer. I do have to just put in that front faceplate piece there. Just popped off while I was working on it. But, alright, thanks guys for watching, and stay tuned.